What's up, Warriors? Today we're diving into a piece of news that's shaking the very foundations of the NBA. Imagine this. Jonathan Kuminga, the young star everyone believed to be the future of the Warriors, the heir to Stephen Curry's dynasty, might have his days numbered in the Bay Area. What we're revealing today isn't just about a simple trade. It could mark the end of an era for the Warriors and the beginning of a brand new chapter for three different franchises. A move that reflects not just philosophical differences between player and coach, but also the urgency of a team sensing that time is running out to maximize the final years of one of the greatest players ever. Before we dive into the explosive details of this potential blockbuster trade, I want you to think about this. What happens when a dynasty starts to crumble? How does a team balance the present with the future? And most importantly, are the Warriors about to make a historic mistake or a masterful move? Over the past decade, the Golden State Warriors have become the very definition of a dynasty in the NBA. Since the rise of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, the team has won 4 championships and established itself as one of the league's ultimate powerhouses. But every dynasty eventually comes to an end. And what we've been witnessing over the past few months might just be the beginning of the end of this golden era. While Curry continues to shine brightly at 37, time spares no one, and the pieces around him don't fit together like they once did. Losing Klay Thompson to the Mavericks in the last offseason was the first major sign that change was underway. The franchise that revolutionized basketball with its long-range shooting and constant motion now finds itself at a crossroads. Continue betting on an aging core, or start laying the foundation for the next phase. When the Warriors selected Kuminga with the 7th overall pick in the 2021 draft, the expectation was that he would naturally become the dynasty's successor. An explosive athlete with an impressive physical profile and the potential to dominate on both ends of the court. It seemed like the perfect plan. While Curry, Thompson, and Green led the present, Kuminga would develop into the future face of the franchise. His development has been impressive in many ways. His athleticism was always obvious, but his technical growth deserves serious credit. His mid-range shooting has improved significantly, and his finishing around the rim ranks among the best in the league for players at his position. The numbers don't lie. Kuminga has increased his offensive production every season in the NBA. 9.3 points in 2022-23, 11.1 in 2023-24, and 15.3 points in 2024-25. His efficiency has also improved, shooting 52.9% from the field this season. Throughout the regular season, however, there were signs that something wasn't right between Kuminga and head coach Steve Kerr. Despite having his best professional year, Kuminga surprisingly sat out the entire final game of the regular season and the Warriors' play-in game. Cameras often caught Kuminga's frustrated expressions on the bench as Kerr opted for different rotations. It wasn't just a tactical decision. It was a clear sign of a lack of trust in the young player's development. According to Tim Kawakami of the San Francisco Standard, the situation between Kuminga and Kerr has reached a point of no return. "I just can't see Kuminga and Kerr finding common ground moving forward," wrote Kawakami. "I can't see the Warriors wanting to pay Kuminga anywhere close to market value, which will probably be around $28 million per year or more." The coach, known for demanding tactical excellence and defensive discipline, apparently wasn't satisfied with Kuminga's progress in those areas, despite his undeniable offensive growth. And that brings us to the latest bombshell behind the scenes in the NBA, a blockbuster 3-team trade that could reshape the future for multiple franchises. Sources close to the situation report that the structure of the trade would be as follows. The Warriors would receive Corey Kispert, Jonas Valanciunas, and a 2031 first-round pick from Washington, top 5 protected. The Wizards would receive Jonathan Kuminga in a sign-and-trade and Malik Monk. The Kings would receive Marcus Smart, Buddy Hield, Sadiq Bey, Trace Jackson-Davis, and a 2030 first-round pick from Washington, top 20 protected. This would be one of the most complex trades we've seen in years, involving multiple players and draft picks. To fully understand the potential impact, we need to look at the current state of each team and what this trade could mean for their short and long-term futures. For the Warriors, betting on Kispert and Valanciunas means acknowledging that the cycle of dominance is winding down. Kispert is an excellent shooter but doesn't have Kuminga's superstar ceiling. Valanciunas, at 33, would be a short-term solution at best. The real question for Golden State is whether they could maximize Kispert's value in the same system that turned players like Gary Payton II and Otto Porter Jr. into championship contributors in 2022. Kispert, at 25, still has room to grow, and his career 38.2% three-point shooting would fit beautifully next to Curry. Meanwhile, Valanciunas would provide a much-needed interior presence the Warriors haven't had consistently since the Andrew Bogut days. Imagine a lineup of Curry, DiVincenzo, Kispert, Draymond Green, and Valanciunas. Combining Curry's offensive genius, Draymond's playmaking and defensive mind, Kispert's reliable shooting, and Valanciunas' physicality inside. The 2031 first-round pick would give the Warriors a valuable asset for the future, potentially right as they transition into the post-Curry era. Meanwhile, the Wizards would finally get a young core to build around. Kuminga would join Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George, and Bilal Coulibaly, forming one of the most exciting young groups in the league. In Washington, Kuminga would have the chance to follow the paths of other young talents who blossomed after a change of scenery. Players like Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo Russell, and even Andrew Wiggins thrived with a fresh start and new responsibilities. Kuminga could finally take on the primary scoring role he's been craving, with the freedom to develop all facets of his game without the pressure of competing for a title right away. The combination of Kuminga and Sarr would form one of the most athletic and versatile front courts in the NBA, with the potential to physically overpower most opponents. As for the Kings, they would solve their backcourt defense issues by adding Marcus Smart, whose defensive prowess and leadership would be invaluable to a team that has long struggled on that end. Buddy Hield's return would boost their long-range shooting, and Jackson Davis would offer a young, athletic rotation piece alongside Sabonis. Sacramento would finally have a true floor general in Smart, someone who could maximize the offensive talents of DeRozan, LaVine, and Sabonis. Smart wouldn't need to carry the scoring load, allowing him to focus on orchestrating the offense and anchoring the defense. Adding Saddiq Bey, once recovered from his ACL injury, would give the Kings another versatile option at the 3-4 spots, while Jackson Davis would bring youth and athleticism to the front court. So what do you think? Are the Warriors making a mistake by giving up on Kuminga so soon, or is this the right move to refresh the roster around Curry while he's still playing at an elite level? We could be witnessing one of the biggest decisions the Warriors have faced since Kevin Durant's departure. We're talking about a player many have compared to Jaylen Brown in terms of potential, someone capable of changing the direction of a franchise. Will the Warriors regret this decision in a few years, just like teams that gave up too early on talents like Chauncey Billups, Victor Oladipo, and others? Or is Kuminga just another case of unrealized potential? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're working 24/7 to bring you the hottest NBA news straight to your screen. This situation could change at any moment. Moves are being made behind the scenes, and you'll only find this level of in-depth coverage right here. We'll be the first to update you if and when this trade goes down. And if Kuminga's fate does take him away from the Bay, remember, you heard it here first.